the simplest question to start out with is, what is a brand? What makes a person a brand? Isn't everyone a brand? I would say everyone has the potential to be a brand, but the real difference between being a person and being a brand is developing a marketable entity that has strategy behind it. When you just act strictly off of emotion or you're very spontaneous, that's not as much a brand. The example I always use is, imagine that you have a storefront. Why do people say that? Because when you have a store, you don't want people to think that the store is disrespectful to its customers. So when you have a physical storefront, a physical brand, hey, I need to be nice to the customer. I need to treat my customers with respect. There's strategy behind it. You put up signs, you maybe buy a billboard, you create commercials for your physical store. You have a marketable entity that has strategy behind it. This is the same thing with a personal brand. You no longer just post things because you went out with your friends or, because of what you were wearing for that day. There's a purpose behind why you're doing everything. And your main outcome isn't just to have a social media page. But if you want to have a brand, your outcome is tied to some sort of action, why you are using social media. To get speaking appearances, to be a consultant, launch a podcast, to launch a music career. Maybe it's just because you want to get ad deals. You look at what you do as a marketable entity. This means you think through it. And also with that, you don't act based off of emotion. So maybe in your real life, if someone were to insult you, you were to respond instantaneously, you would be impulsive. But when you have a brand, you view it as taking the emotion out of it. So if someone were to respond negatively to you or hate on you, you view it as, what is the impact it's going to have on this brand, rather than, how does this make me feel? You have to take emotions out of it and be very strategic and realize the bigger picture and the bigger outcome. And that's when you make the transition from being an athlete, a person, to a brand.